Hi, welcome to FineThings. I'm your host, Angie Yazilitis. For those of you who are joining us maybe for the very first time, FineThings is where we share things for your personal life and your business life that enrich your life. So everything from art and music to books to local businesses and, just new tools that you may not find yourself. So again, welcome. So we've been on a hiatus this summer, like many people. We've been taking some vacation time, and this is our first session back. And so we're very excited to be back with you today. Just a couple things that I want to share is we did get some feedback and take feedback from viewers and from partners and people that have been interviewed by us. And one of the things that we found was people do want us to do things they wouldn't find themselves. So like their definition of fine thing is kind of like, tell me things I wouldn't necessarily know about, which is kind of interesting because what I found in this area is there's businesses, boutiques, places to go that when you go out and talk to the general public, and we're in central Pennsylvania, for those of you who don't know, we're actually located in Altoona, PA. There's a lot of things that people don't know about, but we're not just a local show. So our focus is for this upcoming season, going into fall and winter 2018, which I can't believe I'm already saying going into fall and winter, we're going to be focusing on things you wouldn't find yourself. And we're also going to be doing less video and moving more to podcast and changing the name to Strategy Speak and Other Fine Things. And that's for our business viewers who have asked to get a little bit more on the business end. So we've had this guest on before. Her name is Dr. Heather McKinney. And Heather owns a business called Soul, Spreadoils and Light. And what that is really helping people through wellness essentials to naturally support their body, mind, and spirit, which is something that's really near and dear to me. So you might be thinking, if you're a business watching this, all right, I'm turning off. What does this have to do with me? This particular business that she's opening, and I'm going to let her talk about it, so I don't want to give away too much, really will help you to make decisions. And I think making decisions and have support in making decisions is really, really important to businesses. And for probably 15 years, I've been blessed to see the merger of wellness and business. And I think that this is just another tool that's going to do that. I spent almost a decade in corporate wellness, and I saw this merger take place. And here's just another great tool to help us to make decisions and be healthy as business people. So very, very excited to welcome Dr. Heather McKinney. I would like you to kind of introduce, just from the definition of what you'll be, I'm going to get into some deeper questions, but I want you to talk a little bit more about what is QHHT and what is BQH, because I really don't believe any of our viewers will have know about this yet.
Beautiful. So this is a great day.
It is a great day.
And there's a lot that has shifted even in my own awareness to bring me to these paths. And,
yes.
And I am so appreciative of working together. I truly am. So if you're looking for someone to work with that really gets it and gets the shift, check out Angie. Please reach out to her for your strategy and just for your own shift in alignment and awareness. It's really great to work together.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So QHHT and BQH. QHHT, if we start with that first.
Yes, please.
And you've had a session, so maybe you can share whatever you feel comfortable with.
Share a little bit of that.
QHHT stands for Quantum Hypnosis Healing Technique. And it is not hypnosis in the sense of, although that's the old school term for it, that's the term because it came about over 30, 40 years ago, back when hypnotherapy was more the word of the day. Now there's a shift to calling it hypnosis or a hypnotic session or hypnosis. And the word is really to tap into your subconscious.
Okay.
So QHHT is designed, it's a technique, and you have to get trained in it, The design is really to tap into your subconscious, help clear out blocks that may be surfacing in your body, your mind, your emotion, and even in your spirit.
Okay.
So you tap into your subconscious, and as part of that, you can go even deeper and tap into what we may call our soul, which is, again, while I was attracted to that, anything to do with the inner soul and the sun soul.
Absolutely.
Brings me to light, right? So the QHH technique is a process and a protocol for you, for the practitioner, to help somebody and be your guide and facilitator.
Okay.
And it's never me telling your soul or subconscious what to think or do. If someone is ever doing that and tapping into your free will and trying to guide it, you really do want to stay away from those people or techniques or modalities, because that's not what this is all about.
Yeah.
And if you ever hear it is, then you're not talking to the right person.
Okay. Well,
it's important to know.
Let me just stop again. So QHHT stands for?
Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique.
Technique.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique.
That's it. Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique. So you're working at a cellular level on a physical realm, but then the quantum level on a vibrational frequency energy realm.
Okay.
So this does push people in their awareness of maybe their thoughts and belief systems, and how we came to be, and how life continues. It's pretty fascinating to see what happens for people.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, and I can't wait to share a little bit more in my session. But so then there's BQH.
Oh, and BQH is beyond quantum healing.
Okay.
Okay, so QHHT, sorry if there was confusion, Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique is QHHT. And you're using theories and thoughts from hypnosis, but it's not a full hypnosis session. Okay. So if someone's trained in QHHT, that does not mean they are trained in hypnotherapy or they are a hypnosis practitioner.
Okay.
Very different.
It's important to know that, I think.
It's important. It is not, although they haven't changed the name of it yet, maybe someday they will, but that's up to the people that run it. BQH, I also found fascinating. BQH is beyond quantum healing.
Okay.
And that can be done at a distance.
Okay.
It gives you the freedom and awareness to integrate multiple energy technologies, and awarenesses and techniques. For me, I like to integrate QHH to do that. QHHT is in person. Okay. So QHHT will be in person, and BQH will be something you could do in person, but you could do virtually. Okay.
So Heather, as a practitioner of these, is in Central PA as well. So anybody who's willing to travel or is in this local area would be more for the QHHT.
Right.
But BQH, you could do somebody
anywhere in
Hawaii.
World. Right. Anywhere in the world.
That's so cool. I think that's very, very awesome.
Yes.
So, but you're also being trained as a hypnotherapist as well, right?
Right.
Okay.
So, hypnotherapy, it's the same schooling and technique, hypnosis, hypnotraining, hypnotherapy, and that will be finishing up the end of August.
Okay.
So I'll be certified in a certified consulting hypnotist.
And that was
the new term. So they're trying to shift that term, although the training really is the same as it was in hypnotherapy. They're trying to shed light and shift again to calling it a certified consulting hypnotist.
Okay.
Whereas hypnosis is someone, maybe that's the stage hypnosis or just for fun.
Yeah.
But the consulting hypnotist is the new name for the old hypnotherapist.
Okay.
So that way.
Consulting hypnotist. Mm-hmm. And I think for you had said it was just really important for you to understand the whole spectrum of tools available
to help people.
Yes.
To tap into their soul, to tap into their subconscious, work through blocks, let the light shine in their body, mind, emotion, and soul.
Yes.
And just get it in there faster and quicker so they can learn their lessons and shine their lights. Okay. That's really what it's all about.
Okay. So I think this is very interesting, again, talking about FineThings enriching your life. To me, the way I see the merger of business and personal as a strategist is making decisions. Like, I talk to people all the time, even in marketing, that can't make a decision on their positioning, and or they'll say, I have a block. Like, I'm really, I love this, but I'm just really blocked. And I think all businesses are discovering that the people they surround themselves with, whether it's employees or clients, that there's an energy, and that, when you get stuck, it impacts your business. So I think especially for this, really, I think resonates for me with entrepreneurs and smaller businesses that I'm working with, because
even when I came to you, truly, you can use me as an example.
It's like a block. Like, I don't know, and you have to get past it, because it's so many dollars that you're spending in time and effort when you can't make decisions. So I love this tool. Obviously, personally, there's so many personal blocks and answers you want that you're soul searching.
What's my purpose? Why do I have certain relationships? Is this a helpful relationship? And that doesn't just mean someone you may be considering dating. That's business relationships.
Yes.
Whoever is in your network of connecting with, is that being helpful to you? And what are you supposed to learn from it? Also, healing parts of the body of ailments and issues. What is that part trying to tell you? Is it from this life, or maybe something else that's trying to speak to you?
Yes.
So,
and my next personal experience that I'm hoping to have with it is, we're going to look a little bit about, I have this crazy fear and anxiety that surfaced probably like 5 years ago of crossing bridges when I drive. And out of the blue, I was driving with a girls trip with another woman, and it was on the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, and it hit me. And ever since then, I haven't been able to, every time I drive over a bridge, and there's been times when I've actually turned around because I didn't want to go over a bridge. So we're going to be tapping into getting over fears too. So hypnotherapy or
hypnotists
and have for years worked on helping people lose weight. So these are other reasons to tap into Heather, but have worked on smoking, weight loss, stress reduction, fears, overcoming fears,
phobias, fears.
Yes.
Anything that blocks you.
That it can become almost like, oh my gosh, this
Public
is like
speaking.
Public speaking.
That's a big one, especially for entrepreneurs or business people.
Yes.
Those are all huge. And when I came to Angie to get started, she's amazing for strategy. So I do want to put a plug in here and really promote her from my heart, because
We'll take that out of the room.
Cut. No, it's genuine. Is because she sits down and asks you questions to get to know you and how she can help you to shine. And when you answer these questions, they're good. They're good questions because they make you go deep and think. And there were some blocks I had. Obviously, I love oils, but how to share that, and what else do I want to do with it? What else is it tapping into that's my purpose and passion with that?
Right.
And so through that, and before meeting Angie, but it helped bring it to light for me and solidify. For example, I came up with this thing that I've called the law of H cubed, or the trinity of heart, head, and hands. And if you have a block in your heart, head, or hands meaning action, what you're doing, if it's not connected with your soul purpose, and your mind meaning your thoughts, if your thoughts, heart, and action aren't in sync,
right,
there is disharmony, fear can happen, all of these things can happen, and blocks surface.
Right. And
so in learning these techniques, it's really things that I've done. So I'm not asking you to do anything I haven't done myself to work to where I am.
Right.
And I feel so much lighter and brighter.
Right.
So I just want that for you. And I mean, you're on your way. Of course, you're good. But for everyone in your audience,
we're always
the
growing.
Bridges, right?
Yes.
Things surface.
Yes.
The more we grow, and there's always something to work through.
Absolutely. Well, and I think, when it comes to, I think we've all heard in our life, listen to your own inner knowing, go inward to make decisions. But yet, and this is both men and women that I've worked with, we're like living this life where we're like, constantly, so we don't ever take the time. And so a lot of times we know the answers. What I loved about QHHT is you can have your questions, right, that you want to ask yourself, your higher self, your soul, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And this gives you the time to really go deep and get those answers. Really, you may have this inner knowing, but you're so busy in your life that you don't ever stop. Plus, the other thing that happens a lot, I know in business, is let's say you have a board for your business, or you have just advisors that you go to, and you may have a deep knowing of your path, but you're swayed easily by other people's energies and groupthink. And this gives you a time to really be able to go back, come up with the answers and say, no, this is my path, especially if you're a sole proprietor or like a very small business where there's only maybe a couple partners.
Mm-hmm.
This is your passion. Like, this is your business. And we often are very swayed by others telling us what we need to do. And
or maybe what's going on in the market and trends.
Yes.
Even if that's not your strength, it may be someone else's strength, so they're succeeding in it. But if you try to jump into that pond, it may not be where you swim.
Exactly. And then you're like, why is this not working for me?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So I totally love this QHHT for the business side. So for me, when I had my session, it was a more fun, I wanted to find out why I was feeling a little bit of stress and anxiety, that kind of stuff, not really anything specific. But what I thought was so funny was that it was all about laughter and like light. Like,
you laughed a lot.
I did. It was a little bit crazy.
It was fun.
But that afterwards, and then you get your notes and you get a recording of your session. Afterwards, in listening to it, I realized that is exactly what it is. I'm not doing that enough. And that for me is, if I don't have that, if I'm not laughing and enjoying, it's just like everything shuts down for me. And so it was kind of funny because I really was laughing hysterically during this session, talking to my higher self. Sounds a little bit crazy, but that's exactly what happened. So we're going to dig a little bit deeper on that with me, as I go into some of this other stuff. But that said, I think whether it's just a personal block like that, why am I so stressed and anxious now and at this point in my life, to what's my next step in life, what do I need to do with my business, it's about making decisions. So very excited. So let's hope we've convinced somebody that they need to get to know.
Get in touch with me.
Yes. So they want to try QHHT, or they want to try BQH, when are you done with your just hypnosis general?
The end of August.
To the end of August, which will be here before we know it. But the others, QHHT and BQH.
Anytime. We can jump in there already.
Okay.
And what's really great, if you're curious about quantum healing and beyond quantum healing, is that it's really you. It's you talking to your subconscious and your soul. I ask questions and guide you there, and I'm recording it so that it's your information. I just act as the facilitator and the guide in the session.
Yes.
Beforehand, we have an interview session where we get to know each other and your questions surface, and I confirm that those are your questions. So I'm pretty much just your voice. So that then think about when you're going to sleep at night, right before you fall asleep, and also right before you wake up. Those two really important times where a lot of people get a lot of information, aha moments. But if it's before bed, we fall asleep, and you hope you write it down or remember.
Yes.
And then in the morning, maybe if you have kids or a spouse or dog or whatever, you're kind of right in that moment where things are flowing, and then boom, you get interrupted, and
you can't remember it.
Gone. So I'm here to record and help you capture those moments. It's phenomenal.
That's the most, I think, so important if you're going to use this as like helping you with your growth, because I don't know how many of you have had a dream where you really thought you got information and you were thinking, I have to remember this, and by the time you get up, get ready and have coffee, it's gone. It's so weird.
True.
It's like it's taken away from you. And you're like, why can I not remember that dream? It was so important.
Right.
And this gives you like, there and you're writing it down and you're recording it. So very cool.
Thank
you. I think with BQH, we're going to be having information, available here when we post, for people. They can call you.
They can call or email. So email is spreadoils@gmail.com. So spreadoils@gmail.com is your email contact. The website will continue to grow with adding this content on there. It's not on there yet because I've been doing the training and practicing and focusing on that this summer.
Yes.
But it will be coming, new information on there. So anything with quantum healing. We'll continue with aromatherapy, of course, and essential oils, natural health. But we're just growing so much in ways to shine light in this world.
Okay, so BQH, you can email for a session. It can be done via phone.
And we usually do Zoom or something like that, so it can be recorded.
Okay. Zoom's great. That's a great tool.
So that's the preferred method, but I'm open to learning others.
Okay. And then for QHHT, how can somebody work with you? They're here in Central PA, or they're, close and nearby in Maryland or a surrounding state, and they want to see you in person.
So my phone number, my business number is 814-941-3971. So you can call me and leave a message, or if you prefer email, just email me at spreadoils@gmail.com.
Okay. And can people have this done in their own home?
It depends. It has to be a quiet environment.
Okay, so it'd have to meet your specifications.
Right, so it has to be quiet because it can be anywhere from 2 to 3 hours of a session. So we have to think about the place and make it appropriate. And whenever I talk to you over the phone, or if I meet you in person, we will discuss that for the session.
Okay.
But BQH, of course, we can do virtually. It also just has to be a quiet location.
Okay, so maybe this is too early to ask, but I'm going to do it anyhow. So are you thinking of opening an office for this, where people can come to your office?
I am, and there's something in the works, but I'm not ready to
reveal.
Shine light. Maybe we'll reveal together.
I wanted to
How about that?
I want to be the big revealer.
I will come back.
I'm going to change FineThings to the big reveal and only do people who are revealing new things.
Reveal day.
Yes. Reveal day on FineThings.
I love it. I will come back.
So I guess what I wanted, are there any compelling stories about QHHT that you learned in your training that you'd like to share? Mm-hmm. Something really cool. People love interesting stories.
So everything is confidential. No names or anything like that will be shared ever for identification purposes. What's fascinating is I've had people just the whole gamut, from connecting just from themselves to their childhood, and that's as far as they go, but they've seen things in a different light. Some people even just go back as far as 5 or 10 years, but there were huge things that they wanted to clear up and clean out and see differently.
Yes.
And other people do. They tap into other generations or possible energy before they came into this world, the soul realm, the spirit realm, whichever word resonates with you.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful place full of love, light, guidance, support, is what is continually coming through. So it's exciting.
Neat. Very neat.
Yeah. And the answers, they flow. They flow without emotion. And the emotion in the sense of blockage or hesitation or ego, or that doesn't surface. It's just the information just flows. And people come through with tears, with joy, with laughter, and a lot of aha moments. And we do a follow-up, and you can always reach out to me too. And I continually hear from people how much just those 2 to 3 hours have changed their lives.
That's amazing.
So it's really cool.
Okay. Anything else you would like to share?
Yeah. I'm really grateful to be here today, and I look forward to connecting, and maybe we can do a follow-up from your bridges. If you're interested.
Oh, yeah. That'll be very interesting to find out if I'm getting it, how I work. I will get over it, but how I'm on my path to being able to drive over a bridge again.
Yes.
Can't go to Pittsburgh. I can't go anywhere if I can't drive over a bridge. I was on a business trip the other day, and there was a bridge, and I made myself drive over it, but I was getting like a panic attack, so I'm going to cross this fear off my
Cross
list.
this bridge as we can.
Cross this.
We will do it.
So, thank you for joining us today on FineThings and learning about QHHT and BQH, which are tools that can help you to clear blockages, grow on your path, make decisions. And we hope you'll join us next time for Strategy Speaks and Other Fine Things. Have a great day.